Traffic noise, blinking screens, and a constant stream of notifications. Navigating a dense city puts the human brain under continuous sensory assault. To process this environment without shutting down, your brain relies on a top-down cognitive process called directed attention. It acts as an executive filter, requiring significant metabolic energy to keep pushing back against irrelevant distractions. Because this cognitive resource is strictly limited, continuous use drains it completely. This state, known as directed attention fatigue, weakens your inhibitory control and leads to heightened irritability, fragmented focus, and chronic stress. We often frame a trip to the woods as a psychological break. However, human physiology suggests something more clinical. Walking into a forest triggers a hardwired, sequential biological intervention. Time in nature is an evolutionary requirement. Our bodies rely on these specific environments to reboot an overtaxed neurobiology. The first phase of this restoration begins within milliseconds of stepping under a canopy, occurring before you even consciously register the space around you. Stress recovery theory explains that your brain's amygdala instantly scans the environment's structural depth and its natural, repeating visual geometries. This visual processing bypasses higher logic completely. It registers the habitat as safe and instantly signals the sympathetic nervous system to downregulate the fight-or-flight response. We measure this shift in real time. Within seconds of exposure, skin conductance drops and muscle tension releases. This rapid calm provides the biological reset necessary for deeper chemical phases of recovery to begin. As minutes pass, the focus shifts from visual processing to the respiratory system as you begin to inhale the forest air. Forest air is saturated with phytoncides, invisible airborne aromatic compounds trees release as a defense mechanism against insects and disease. In a humid forest, you are walking through a living vapor chamber of these chemicals. Entering the bloodstream, these compounds act as a pharmacological intervention. The moment phytoncides are absorbed, the stress hormone cortisol plunges. This shift activates the parasympathetic nervous system, your body's relaxation mode. Cardiologists confirm this transition by measuring a distinct increase in heart rate variability. Breathing in a forest physically alters blood chemistry, bridging ancient plant defenses and modern stress relief. After an hour of exposure, the focus moves from the body back to cognitive networks. This is where attention restoration theory takes over. Natural elements like sunlight filtering through oak leaves provide soft fascination. These gentle, non-threatening stimuli capture our attention effortlessly, without demanding any cognitive work. This involuntary, bottom-up attention allows the exhausted, top-down directed attention networks to power off and recharge. fMRI scans show walking in nature decreases blood perfusion to the subgenual prefrontal cortex, the specific brain region responsible for negative brooding. As this rumination center shuts down, we see an increase in frontal alpha wave activity, indicating a restorative, wakefully relaxed state. Nature deeply rests the active mind while it remains fully awake, allowing the capacity for intense, focused attention to return. The biological cascade continues to operate for days and even weeks after you leave the forest. Because chronic stress hormones like cortisol actively suppress our immune response, relieving that chemical pressure has a secondary effect. It allows the body to increase the production and activity of natural killer cells, the frontline defense against viruses and tumors, for up to a month. The human condition reveals an evolutionary mismatch. Our biology breaks down in modern cities because we are wild animals living far outside our baseline habitat. You don't need a total wilderness relocation to fix this. Even 10 to 15-minute micro-exposures to compatible urban green spaces can successfully trigger this biological reset. Stepping into a forest returns us to the biological baseline our bodies evolved for, providing the necessary resilience to survive the modern world.